Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Sarah. You already know who I am. This is WYP, session call you for I1. And today you see we have a beautiful guest. But before everything, she's going to introduce herself. Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me here. Yeah, my name is Lyinn. I'm a fourth year clinical psychology PhD student here at Arizona State University. And I wear two hats. One of the hats that I wear is I work as a researcher and researching how we can help parents and families who have been through trauma, how we can help them bring up their children in a way that in a new country, which can sometimes be stressful. And building on their strengths, the things that they already know and that they're really great at. And then the second hat that I wear is I work with individuals who've experienced trauma and who are experiencing things like post-traumatic stress disorder. And I do therapy with those individuals, work as a clinical psychologist to help them heal and overcome the traumas that they've been through.
Oh my God. So that means I'm going to be healed today? So this is so great. Today we have an important person here. You already hear that she's a psychology. She does that. And we're going to hear more about that. But before everything, there is questions in here. It's random question. You're going to pick up 4 questions. 1 second to look at them. And then I'm going to read. You ready?
Yeah, I'm excited. Let's see what I get. Okay.
Ooh.
Okay.
I was excited for you. So this question is, what is something unique about you that you feel make you different from everyone else?
Whew, that is a tough one. Something that's unique about me that makes me different from everyone else. Well, I think here in the US, something that's unique about me is I have lived and worked in war zones. So I've lived and worked in places like Syria, in West Africa, and I've lived in the Middle East. So I think that here in the US, that's something that's a little bit unique about me.
So you kind of been everywhere. You went everywhere.
I've traveled, and I've worked with people in countries in conflict, which was amazing.
Okay, all right.
Okay. I'm hoping for an easier one this time. Okay. Okay.
Is it a good one?
It is a good one.
Because I can see that, okay, it's coming far. So this one said, be the smartest person in the world or most creative.
Oof, tough one. I think I would choose smartest just because I think if I'm smart, I can make friends with people who are creative.
That's right.
And we can work together as a team.
Well, I mean, that's right. That's actually right. Because you can be creative, but no smart, you can create things that doesn't make sense. But if you're smart, you can create.
And hopefully work together. And if I'm smart, maybe I can find other people who don't have the skills I have.
That's right. Well. Perfect answer.
Okay.
They went so fast.
It did. Oh! This is a very interesting one.
Let me see. So so I said, always have a bad OB and not know it, or always smell bad OB on everyone else.
Okay. So yeah, body odor. So I would prefer to not have a bad body odor myself, but to smell it on other people. Because
you want to smell it on other people.
Because, okay, if I have body odor on me all the time, I will never escape that smell. But if I only smell body odor in other people, when I'm alone, I won't smell bad body odor.
So every time you're here, you'll be like, oh,
yeah.
time to relax.
Yeah.
Okay.
That means I might spend less time around other people.
Because you'll be afraid, like, oh, maybe, they may talk about me or something. Okay, I mean.
Well, because I'll smell their body odor.
I mean, nobody will wish that to have a body odor.
Yeah. Is this my last one?
Yes, that's the last one.
Okay.
Already is a 3.
Let's hope for a good one.
I hope you pick a big one, like a big question.
Yeah, let's see. Oh, it's one of those multi-choice ones.
Is it a big one?
It's a good one. Yeah.
Okay, this one said, live in a mansion 1,000 miles away from everyone, or live with your friend in a cave.
Yeah, this is an easy one for me.
Okay, let's hear this.
Yeah, so I'm going to choose to live with my friends in a cave because I don't think I want to live by myself very far away from everyone. And we know that we're happier when we're around people who care about us. That's true, it is. Imagine, you're right. I mean, I could invite my friends over, but I think I'll choose to live in the cave with my friends.
I mean, that makes sense because the happier, the
Happier.
long.
Yes, live longer. So,
So we are finished with this 4 question, but then we're gonna go back to what you're studying. Because anyways, can you just tell us more, just a bit more about what you're doing?
yeah, absolutely. So, in the work that I do in research, we spend a lot of our time trying to understand questions such as, how can we help families adjust to life here in the US? And what are some parenting skills that are really helpful for parents to raise their children the way they want to? We already know a lot about what works. There have been many studies conducted here in the US on parenting skills that show us that, for example, when you give your child an effective direction, a simple instruction, that children find it easier to follow and they're more likely to obey, to do what their parent is asking them to do. And we know that when parents regulate their own emotions, particularly parents who've been through trauma, when it's sometimes hard, sometimes we were thinking about what happened to us, and sometimes it can be hard then to interact with our children. So we know that there are some skills like deep breathing, pausing, and then using these effective directions. And we know that that really works, and that really just gives parents tools to help bring up their kids. So we know that there are all these great, wonderful skills that work. And right now we're working on a project where we developed this new project called Parenting in the Moment. And we've taken those skills that we know already work, and we've now put them into little modules. So short modules where you can watch these videos which show you how to do the skills. But this time we've tailored it for families who've been through traumatic experiences and have moved from their home country. So we already know that these skills work in families who have experienced trauma, and now we want to see how are these skills helpful for families who have moved from somewhere else and who have resettled, because we know that those families have a lot of extra stressors. You come to a new country, how am I going to feed my family? How am I going to find work? How am I going to maybe I'm thinking about and worrying about my family who's back home and not everybody's come. And so we know that there are different stressors and extra stressors sometimes for people who move here from other countries. So right now we're working on this project to see, so that we can see to see what people think about it, and to see if it's helpful, if it helps these families day to day with their kids.
Wow. So I just have a question, and I think the person who's watching may have the same question. So is it do you guys have a specific country, just from this country, or it's anybody who is not born here?
Yeah, so anybody who was not born in the US, who moved to the US within the past 20 years. That means if you arrived yesterday, you can join the program. If you arrived a week ago, 1 month ago, if you arrived 5 years, 7 years, 18, 19, 20 years ago, anyone can join.
Okay.
So
Wow, that's great. That's great because especially there is some parents like they are so traumatized, and then since they are traumatized, they really can't handle the children, especially when it's like a new country, new culture. Because you know, I'm saying as an African, so my culture is different. It's kind of like super different from here.
Yeah.
So trying to adapt everything, especially if the parent has trauma, and it's kind of difficult. But this is a great opportunity, I think, for every parent. So
Yeah.
how does it work? How do they sign up? Like, do they call? Do they go to the office? Do you guys have like a school, or like how do they do it?
Yeah, that's a great question, and so we've tried to make this program as accessible to everyone as possible. That means that this program is 100% online.
Okay.
You don't have to go anywhere for it. You don't have to be in person. You can do this on your phone. You can join our program from your phone. You can join from a laptop. You can join from home. So it's fully online. And there's a QR code, and if you click on this, if you scan the QR code, it will lead you to a set of questions, which will just ask you a few questions about who you are, so that we can see if you meet the criteria for the study, if you've been here less than 20 years, and if you speak one of the languages. So the program is in 4 languages, English, French, Arabic, and Spanish. So if you have moved here within the past 20 years and you speak one of those languages, and you have a child between the age of 6 and 12 years old, then you can join our program. So like I said, you can do it from home. So once you join our program, then you will watch some videos on your phone, and then we'll ask you questions about what you thought about the videos. And then we'll ask you some questions at the start, partway through the program, and at the end of the program, to see if it's helping with your kids at home. And like you said, absolutely, families who have moved from other countries often come already having experienced a lot of stress and trauma, and we recognize that. And so in this program is specifically for people who have had those kinds of experiences. So we call it trauma informed, meaning that we developed this program with those people in mind, for the skills for them, so that they can manage their own emotions and their own feelings while still being an amazing parent.
Okay. So I heard you mention like 4 languages only. So what about for those who, because I know right now in Africa, like I can say all Africa, Swahili is like united. So they speak like everybody speaks Swahili. And then some few kind of speak their native language, but mostly Swahili. So what about for those who speak Swahili? Because I know there is a lot of refugees here in America that only speak Swahili. They don't understand French, they don't understand Arabic, they don't understand Spanish. So it's only Swahili. And then there is so many traumatized things that is, going on. And then some people born finding it, and then they raised there, and they're still going until they came to America. So they didn't have like a space where they can at least rest their mind. So what about for those people who speak Swahili?
Yeah, so that's a great question. Yeah, and we would love to expand our program to other languages later, if that's a possibility later. So what I would say is, if the people who speak Swahili, if they speak English, they could join the program and do the program in English.
Trust, English is hard.
It is hard.
Some, like, in order to understand English, I mean, for adults, it takes them like probably like 6, 7, 8 years for them to start understanding. So just in case if they don't understand it, just in case they don't understand it, because so many refugees, they are coming to America, and then the parents can handle them. Because the way American raised kids, it's probably different how African we raised kids. So when they came to America and they found that it's kind of like different, especially they kind of put, I'm sorry to say this, they kind of put kids like something in their mind where they said, if your parents, kind of yell at you, call the police, do this, and then now refugees kids, they're ruining their life because they can't accept any advice from the parents, because they're like, oh, you can't talk to me now. I'm in America, it's free country. They use that word. It's free country. So they kind of need help. So I think they will be happy if you guys like find a language that they can understand, because they really really, really do need help, especially for those who understand that it's free country. They can call police on their parents. They can do whatever they want. They, they just don't settle down because they're like, oh, we're in a new country. So, do you guys have like a specific age?
For the children? Yeah, so we, so let's say you're in a family and you have, your children are 3, 7, 15, 19. So you only have to have one child in the age range of 6 to 12 years old. You might have multiple children, but if you have one between the age of 6 and 12, you can join the program.
So it's 6 to 12?
6 to 12.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I mean, that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's really amazing.
And I did want to say, I wanted to say, absolutely. Like we have done some research on families here, even including families from Congo, DRC, where we asked parents what are some of the things that make them feel stressed. And that was one of the things that they mentioned, that moving here, it's very different in terms of parenting because children have different, children are taught to call if they're in danger. And so there definitely are big shifts. And so that's exactly why we developed this program, so that parents can see these skills that they can use with their children, which are shown to work here, and they won't get into trouble with child protection services with this. Of course, it's very challenging. When you grow up and in your culture some things are okay, and then moving to the US, the rules are different. Like that's challenging for any parent.
It is.
Yeah,
yes,
and so the program that we've developed is those skills that parents can use anytime that work here, that work here. And then, of course, recognizing this program is, we recognize that parents who come from Africa, for example, hey, they're already probably amazing parents in many ways, right? Like, the African moms and parents that I've met, they're so loving and caring. And so these are just a set of tools to help with some things like child's obedience and things like that, whereas some things would have worked at home and maybe they don't work here. So it's like a toolbox, giving you a toolbox of skills.
So do you guys talk to a parent or you talk to the children? Good
question. So in this program, we will, most of the questions are for the parent, but there are a few questions that we ask the child. And the reason for that is because we want to see if things change from the beginning to the end of the program. Does the program work? That's our question. And so for that, we ask the parent and we ask the child at the start and then at the end.
Amazing. Wow. So kwa wewe ambaye uko natusikiliza, umesikia kwamba yes, sorry. The name again? The name
of the program?
No, the name.
Lyinn.
Lyinn? I'm sorry. I just didn't want to pronounce it wrong.
Oh yeah, no worries.
So tunasikia Lyinn ya kwamba anatumika na wazazi, na tumesikia all the information ambayo ameongea, especially kwetu sie ba refugee, sie bakimbizi ambapo tunatoka kwa nchi mbalimbali, na tunajua kwamba tuko na maadili gisi tunakuwa tunaadibisha watoto. Lakini kipindi tunafika hapa America, tunakutana watoto wana change, kama gisi wanaitaka seme America ni free country. Unaweza kufanya chochote kile kenye unataka. Unakutana watoto yetu wanafanya nini? Banaribika kwa sababu ya culture yenyewe wanakutana hapa. Lakini kama gisi tunasikia kwamba dada yetu hapa anatumika na wazazi. Anatumika na wazazi kusaidia watoto ambao walishashindikana, aidha wazazi ambao wanahitaji msaada. Kama uko mzazi ambaye unahitaji msaada, please, huko link ambayo iko hapa, uiclick na utapata more information ya zaidi. Thank you so much. I was just trying to explain for those who only understand Swahili. But we're excited and we are happy for this program. I hope it's gonna help many. I hope it's gonna help many people, because so many people kind of need help, especially for those who are coming in a different country and then they find out different things here in America. Trust me, everything is different. Everything, the language, the culture, the way of living, like everything is probably like different, super different. Yeah. And our children kind of trying to adapt it, even no matter how we try it, they're trying to adapt it.
Yeah.
And then we're trying to tell them or talk to them, that's when we be in trouble. Parents be in trouble, you know, going to jail and your kids being taken away because of just small issues. But we are so happy, especially as refugees.
Yeah.
We are so happy for this program, and we can't wait for Swahili. I'm sorry. So we can't wait for those who speak Swahili. We can't wait for you guys to have a Swahili language in this program. So I think this is the end, and we are happy to have you here today.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. But before we finish, I want you to pick one last question.
Sure.
One last question.
Absolutely. and can I just say one more thing?
Sure.
Like, I would just love if the people watching, for example, if you yourself are not a parent, or you don't have a child between 6 and 12, but hey, if you have friends, family members that you know that have been here for up to 20 years and have a child, feel free to share the QR code. We hope that this project that we're doing is going to help refugees like you and immigrants, and so we hope it's going to help your community, and for that we'd really like your help in letting other people know about it.
So they usually say, tell your sister, tell your brother, tell your mother, friends, neighbor, tell everybody.
Yeah. All right. Let's see what my last question is going to be. Oh, yeah.
Is it a good one?
It is a good one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this one is, what is the best way to read the Bible?
Oh. What is the best way? You know what I would say for that one? I would say that it is going to be different for everyone. I know some people who have busy lives, and how they prefer to read the Bible is by listening to an audio book in their phone. Some people prefer to read it by reading just one verse and then just really going deep into that one verse. Some people prefer to read it by reading from start to finish. I think it's about finding a way that works for you, where you feel you engage with it, where you feel you really get something out of it, and a way in which you feel like you really connect to God. And so I would say there's no one right way, but the way that works for you.
I'm curious, what worked for you?
Oh, that's a good question. I go slowly.
Oh, okay.
Slow and so that little by little.
Little by little.
Yeah.
So the later, the more understanding. Well, thank you so much. For those who is watching, don't forget to click on the link. Don't forget to click on the barcode. Tell your friend, your sister, your neighbor, community. Tell everyone that you know. Because trust me, even if they don't speak, but they need help. And make sure you tell everyone. This is WYP session called U4I1. See you.